Hello and welcome to a Not So Awesome Review, and today I'm doing something a little bit different. Two things, actually. One, the clip you're about to see explaining the whole spray paint with the pink foam is actually from a series that I'm trying to start up, but I wasn't really happy with how the outcome was coming with it, so I'm probably going to reshoot it, but I figured, I want to put a video out. I haven't posted a video in a while because I've been sick, so decided I'm going to post this video about the spray painting foam and stuff. It's not the most technical thing. I'm not really sure exactly why things work. I do kind of explain why, in my opinion, I think the spray paint works while others eat away the pink foam. I've used it a few times, and I do want to show you guys that it comes out pretty decent. The red on here on this end, well actually even on here, is all spray painted as you can see, and none of the foam got eaten away. Same thing with the little stadium right here. Again, all spray painted with the same brand spray paint, I should say. Now, the series I'm trying to start up will probably go up hopefully soon. I'm thinking of just redoing it because I'm not happy with how everything was being filmed and stuff. So hopefully that will be up soon, but like I said, I want to have this up. I feel like I'm forgetting something important, but I cannot remember what it is. For anybody else who's here for reviews and stuff, they will be coming. Like I said, I've been sick. Not much else to say. I might upload this one episode eventually in the future, maybe. But as for now, I don't really have any plans on releasing the whole video. So like I said, I'm just uploading this one segment of the spray paint. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've kept you waiting long enough, so here you go. Next, I'm going to do something that probably a lot of people, especially in the diorama building community, are going to think is unbelievably stupid, especially since I already put in, I wouldn't say a lot of work, but I definitely used a lot of material, and you don't want to ruin the material. The work can be replicated, but even then, it's still annoying. But yeah, I'm gonna spray paint it white because, well, I know what I'm doing here. And like, okay, so there's a few things I want to touch on this because spray painting foam, any kind of foam, is usually a big no-no. When it just in general. I know people use. My friend, I don't remember what it's called, but he uses some kind of spray, layers it on, I think 4 times or something. He has to wait 15 minutes between layers. It's about an hour. Um, Not something I want to wait an hour to do and go buy some more of a random liquid. Some people use Elmer's glue and layer it on. Again, I'm not going to layer on. That's a lot of glue, by the way, for that giant thing. I mean, it's not giant, but it's not small either. What else? People use, I think, Mod Podge, probably. It's the same thing as Elmer's glue, more or less. Um, Basically, people are always layering it with something. Some people use regular paint, layer on the paint, and then spray paint it, which I can see why you would, in the sense of you're gonna give it a base layer, and then maybe you want to give your final layer with a different color paint. Though at that point, I'm just like, why don't you just paint it with a brush, unless you're going for like a little dusty type of effect. Um, I guess that would make sense. Though in that case, you probably want something more precision, like an airbrush. Though airbrushes can be expensive. I do have one. Airbrush should work perfectly fine on foam with it's acrylic paint. It's just thinned out. I would assume. I'm pretty sure it is because here's the thing: is that I build a lot of Gundams, and I mean, I've built a lot of Gundams over the years. I've used different paints. I've seen, what paints is best and what paints aren't. For Gundam buildings, what gives you different types of textures and things. And I've noticed when it comes to spray painting this pink foam, a lot of people go for Rust-Oleum, and that's when it's sealed. And even then, people are kind of nervous to do it. And I'm assuming the reason they go for like Rust-Oleum or different cans that are kind of like similar to this is because they're pretty easy to get. You go to your Walmart, your Home Depot, your Lowe's, you can find Rust-Oleum there, and it's relatively cheap. I'm not going to be using that. I'm going to be using some test stores paint. And here's the thing: Rust-Oleum, if you've ever used it like on a model kit, on plastic or anything, it usually dries kind of speckly. And it's because I'm not a scientist here. I'm not, saying this for a fact, but I'm thinking it's because Rust-Oleum and those spray paints, which are meant for, like, I wouldn't say houses, but like bigger projects, um, are a little bit more harsh, from what I can tell. Like, whenever I've spray painted a model, it doesn't come on smooth. It has like this weird speckle effect. I don't necessarily like it. Depends on what look I'm going for, but it doesn't look good. Testers comes out smooth, and I don't know, maybe it's just not as harsh. That's honestly my guess on why this works, because this is still um, an enamel paint. So yeah, what I'm gonna do here is spray paint it. I'm gonna film it to show you guys. There are a few things. Obviously, you don't want to spray paint a giant puddle. From what I can tell, I did test it, and I tested it before I even got to deciding to do this. It doesn't eat away at the foam. I did do a giant puddle just now, and it did bubble up a little bit. It's still nowhere near as much as when you do just a light coat of this will start eating away at the foam right away. And I'll probably do a separate video on this and post it on my Instagram or something. Maybe I'll do a comparison. That same comparison, I'll probably add it into this video to show you guys. But yeah, I'm gonna paint this. Maybe I'll post the comparison part of the video here and then show you guys me painting this thing with no worries, because like I said, I've tested it and it works. So if it screws up, well, then that will suck, but I'm pretty confident it's not, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this. So let's get to it. Alright, so here I have a scrap piece of foam. You can see it's one of the ones that has that texture on the other side. So I'm not going to be using it for the wall specifically for that purpose. Now, like I said, if you go and put too much, like puddle it up, it will kind of eat away at it a little bit. Obviously, it's kind of like you adding too much in one spot does make a pretty good concentration of it. So don't puddle. You shouldn't be doing that in general, but don't do it, or else you can ruin the foam. So you still want to be careful with the spray paint regardless. But here I'm going to use the Rust-Oleum to show you guys kind of how it basically starts eating away at it almost right away. So, and then a little bit more there, and you can kind of see it like already sinking in, especially right here in the corner. Hoping you guys can see that, but yeah, it's definitely not staying in. It is eating it. Like I said, hopefully you can see that. I can't actually see the camera screen because of how bright it is. You can definitely make out there where it's going in pretty far. Right here, not too much, but enough that you wouldn't want to use it unless you're going for like a cool melting effect. So there is uses for spray paint if you want to do like some type of really awesome effect, but that's not what we're doing here today. Right here, if you do that, you can see the difference is clear. Not eating at it at all, really. It looks clean. So, like I said, though, if you do a puddle, that, which you shouldn't be doing in general, it will start to eat it. That's because you're kind of, like I said, you're layering too much of the enamel in one place. So it's kind of like, okay, well, right here, it's lighter, it's not as harsh, but if you're puddling it together, obviously it's going to add up and start eating at it anyway. So be careful, you don't want to be doing that anyway, but Testors enamel paint works fine on foam as long as you do not go crazy with it. You shouldn't be doing that anyway, but you can definitely see already this is like basically not doing nothing right here. I did basically the same amount. It's eating at it. So there you go. Going to spray paint the stadium now. And yeah, hopefully all goes well.